Yes, it is.
Okay. My first question would be towards Robotech and how you first got the part of Max Sterling.
Well, it was just an audition like many others, and I was just fortunate enough to land the part. Pretty simple.
And what are your thoughts on the character?
What's that?
What are your thoughts on the character over the years? I mean, Robotech seems like it has stayed pretty strong with the fans and the fan base. What is your thoughts on Max Sterling and having played the part?
Well, obviously the characters resonate with a lot of people, and which is just a sign of good writing and good plot development. So glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, do you have any personal memories, like from the, I guess, like with Ninja Turtles, it was, since it was American-based, you probably were in recording sessions with a lot of voice actors, correct?
Yes.
But then with Robotech, it was just watching the animation as it was being done and kind of like lip-syncing it. Is that how it worked?
Exactly.
Yeah, so you didn't get to work with a bunch of the talents with Max?
No, it was all individual.
Yeah. So, which did you prefer most then, with Ninja Turtles being in a whole session with a bunch of voice actors, or doing an individual thing?
I kind of like being with the whole group. It's, you know, you get to interact with the other actors and bounce ideas off of each other, so it's a funner experience that way.
Yeah, and you actually did Leonardo, right, from Ninja Turtles?
That's correct.
And did you run it the whole time as the Blue Turtle?
For the first series, yep. I think there was about 7 or 8 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a really good show, too. I remember going to, taking my sister to see the movie when it came out in 1990.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but, do you have any personal memories from that you could share with fans?
Well, it was a blast to record. We, you know, had a lot of fun recording that, and it was, you know, pretty hard to imagine that we were getting paid for just hanging out and making jokes and, you know, like being big kids.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from the voice actors, that it's one thing that you just grow up being a fan of animation and you say, hey, this is what I want to do. And is that how you originally got into voice acting too, was just being a fan of animation, or was it?
No, it never would have crossed my mind. It was rather accidental. I was intending on getting work as an actor on camera, and that didn't pan out, and still wanting to remain within the business, you know, you try all kinds of avenues, from maybe live theater or doing commercials or print work or voiceover work, and perhaps music if you sing. And the voiceover thing just seemed to click, and people just seemed to be more interested in me in that arena than any of the others. So I just kind of went, well, heck, I'll just go with this.
So other than that, I wanted to ask you, and this is a nerdy side because I'm a huge toy collector. Do you have any of the figures? Do you have any Leonardos or Max Sterlings or anything like that?
Yeah, I've collected. I have the characters of just about any show that I've done that has toys, and so I've been collecting those for about 25 years now. And I also have cells of all of the shows that I've done.
Excellent. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And have you been to conventions?
I have been to about 3 or 4 of them.
I seem to remember there being, and I missed them, but I guess back in the early 90s or late 80s, they had Robotech conventions, and I never made it to one.
I never made it to one either.
Yeah,
so we're in the same boat.
I'd like to push to see one happen. It would really be cool to see that.
I think they did one maybe just a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, but I think they did.
So, whenever you go to a convention like the ones you've been to, are you recognized more for being Max or for being Leonardo?
Nowadays it's the games more, because a lot of the people are younger and don't necessarily have the affinity for Robotech or the Turtles even. So it pretty much depends. It's pretty wide across the board as far as what people are interested in.
Yeah, you know what? I should have looked that up more, but on recent projects that you've been doing, can you tell fans a little bit about what you have been doing?
Well, was working on a little kids show called Special Agent Oso, which was very sweet. A show I had a lot of fun on was on Nick, was Back at the Barnyard, which was a series based on the feature that we did called Barnyard. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that character. And I really enjoyed doing the games because the scripts are like theatrical, cinematic scripts. They're really good nowadays. It's not just about shooting bad guys anymore.
I have to tell my nephew about that. He's 11 years old now, and he's always wanting to play those Call of Duties and everything. And it's like,
right.
You're a little bit too young for that yet. But he loves those type games. And when you mentioned the Barnyard, I think he watched something like that on Nick. I would babysit him every so often when he was a few years younger, and he would watch different shows, and I'd sometimes get a glance of it, but not enough to really catch what was going on.
It was a fun show to work on. Very fun. Very open to actor suggestions. It was a real group effort.
It was a cute cartoon, too.
Yeah, great animation. Very old school, although it was, kind of a CGI computer animated thing. It had a Rocky and Bullwinkle feel to the humor of it, so that was a lot of fun.
Huh. I'll have to look it up on YouTube and watch it sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like I said, a lot of times I'll still watch, like, Bugs Bunny, and I'll watch a lot of the shows I grew up with. But if I'm babysitting my nephews, I have, actually from different ranges from 8 months on up to 12. So it's kind of like whenever I'm watching the nieces and nephews, I'll sometimes get a glance of what they're watching, but it's kind of like running around, doing the chores around the house while I'm babysitting.
Right.
Yeah, but I'll definitely have to watch that then. And do you have any future projects you're going to be working on?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to talk about them until they come out. There's all kinds of secrecy about games and things like that. We sign confidentiality agreements that we won't speak of, what the show is or the game is until it's actually launched. So that kind of ties me up as far as talking about future projects, but there is a number of things I'm working on right now that will indeed see the light of day. One other one that's fun that I'm doing right now that is on the air, so I can actually, it's webisodes, is a thing called Monster High.
Oh, yes. I know Monster High. I actually collect the dolls.
It's very cute. Very cute. And I'm a couple of different boyfriends on the show.
Oh, yeah. If I remember, one of them's called, it's Hyde's son or something like that. Dr. Hyde's son.
They're all, as you know, patterned after, different monsters and from Hollywood movies and everything like that.
Yeah, I just stumbled upon them before Christmas, the dolls, and I said, "Oh, they're adorable," because I've always loved the classic monsters, and I started collecting them. But I didn't know there was a web cartoon, so I definitely have to check that out. But I do know the dolls because I've been collecting them.
Yeah, it's a web series, and it's drawn very well, or I should say animated very well. Very clever stuff.
How many episodes has there been?
Well, I didn't come in at the beginning, so I'm really not sure how many they've done. I've done maybe, golly, I don't know, like 6 or 10, something like that. I'm really not sure.
I'll have to check that out then. I hadn't realized that it had it. I was waiting to see it on Nickelodeon or something, but I hadn't realized that it was already out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. And other than that, this was actually not for the interview as much, but I wanted to know if you could say a couple lines as maybe Max or as Leonardo.
Okay, Leonardo. Let's see.
Maybe say something my kitty's gonna say hello too. Maybe say something, if you wouldn't mind, to my boyfriend Tony, because he's a big fan of Ninja Turtles, but he leans a little bit towards Donatello. But we're always going back and forth because I think Raphael's, so cool because he's a hot-headed character, and Leonardo just has his hands full with all of them, I'm sure.
What's your boyfriend's name again? Tony?
Tony, yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Tony, this is Leonardo of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles calling. I hope everything's okay with you. I think I'm going to order us some pizza. What do you like? I like chocolate syrup, anchovies, and gumdrops. What about you? Cowabunga, dude. Turtles fight with honor.
That totally sounds like something he would say. Especially with this chocolate syrup.
Yep.
Yeah,
no turtle pizza is complete without it.
Yep, and some ice cream on top, and
yep.
And